So what does the U.S. get wrong about China, and how would you advise them to think about China?
The U.S. political system is decentralized, and because of the need to win votes, it goes through emotional phases. And it's entering such a phase now where China is demonized out of mass emotion. There's some manipulation behind the scenes, but it's not based on knowledge. You ask those who are anti-China, where's Luoyang? Where's Singapore? They won't be able to tell you, but they have strong emotions. They know everything about Tibet, they know everything about Xinjiang. But really? So it's not sustainable, and they don't understand the nature of China. Why is China always building walls around itself? Every dynasty rebuilds the Great Wall. And even today, capital markets, Hollywood movies, COVID, China is constantly building walls around itself because it is happy in its own homogeneity. It has a very different nature from America. But the Americans think that China wants to displace them as top dog in the world. And because of that, it's trying to contain China, even pull it down, if possible. And my fear is it may exhaust itself in the process, and I don't think it will succeed. You take this latest move to impose 100% tax on EVs. I mean, the Qing dynasty did that right in the 19th century. And the result was the world passed it by, and within a few decades, its position plummeted in the world. That's the danger of shutting out the world. The Europeans can't do it, not the Germans, so they said, no, we will rise to the challenge of China. And whether it's Mercedes-Benz or BMW, these are very solid organizations, and I think they will put up a stiff resistance and in some ways will remain better than the Chinese. But if you say, no, hide behind the walls, 100% tariff, you become very weak. But this is the phase Americans are going through. But I fear that on multiple fronts now, they are facing very difficult challenges. You look at you. But the Democrats are more globalists. I mean, they express American exceptionalism. They feel that America should be dominant everywhere, and its values should prevail everywhere. I don't think they can succeed. Trump is more isolationist. He tells NATO partners, if you don't cough up, it's like your insurance. If you don't pay your premium, the policy is cancelled. NATO won't defend you. People are in shock when he talks like that. But does it make sense? In a way, he does. Because if I'm an ordinary American, who's paying for all this? Well, you can print the US dollar, that's okay. But one day, you cannot just print dollar like that, and it'll be a choice between guns and butter. So my money goes to guns or for my butter. There's no question how they will vote. So the key event will be when the primacy of the US dollar breaks. We all know you have to break sometime or other because it's abnormal. If it's 30 years from now, well, let's drink and be merry. But if it's 5 years, well, we've got to calculate, right? Do we know when the cookie will crumble? We don't know. But the way the US is moving is bringing forward that date. I mean, they try to control countries by sanctions. And if you are subject to sanctions, it's no joke. I mean, I have Hong Kong friends. One of them is quite senior in the administration. They say, no, I'm completely beholden to my wife. I can't have a credit card, I don't have a bank account. All my assets are with her, I better be nice to her. So if you're under sanctions, it's no joke. So when they threaten the ICC, you put out an arrest warrant on Netanyahu, we'll go after you and your family members. A number of US senators have signed that. So of course the ICC has to stand up to it. But I'm quite sure privately, they will say, this is a serious matter. Not just me, but also my entire family. Then how do I operate? But how long can you pursue this cause? So last night India, yesterday, India signed an agreement with Iran to open up a new corridor from Chabahar to the Caspian to Central Asia. Now, Chabahar was used by the Indians to supply the Northern Alliance in Afghanistan. With US support, they closed one eye. But now the US have moved out from Afghanistan. India is left without a capability in Asia. So strategically, they need access. And the US said, we will sanction you. I don't think the US can afford to sanction India because they want India to side with them against China. The Indians know it. The Indians are playing a very clever game. They say, well, we are buying arms from Russia. We're selling arms to Russia. We'll have access to Iran. And do your worst. I don't think the US were there to do its worst. And everywhere now, the US will find countries standing up to them. So you can no longer contain Iran. You can't contain North Korea with Russia as a member of the Security Council refusing to vote to continue the surveillance facility on North Korea. So this is the kind of situation we're entering. And it's a bit strange. Last night, I do not know whether you read your report this morning. Blinken was in Kiev. And he went to an underground bar, literally underground bar, to strum the guitar and sing Neil Young's Living the Free World. And it's all over the internet now. Why did he do that? There's a war going on around him, I thought it's very strange. Something is happening. So we better be very alert. We're entering a great transition. US-China is part of it. India is part of it. Middle East is part of it. Ukraine and Gaza are certainly a part of it. And one way or another, it will affect us in Southeast Asia. I think eventually they will come to this realization. The Europeans and Japanese already know it. But it will take time. And this is a transition that unfortunately we have to go through.
What do you guys think? Do you think the US is truly declining? Or is this just a temporary phase? Please leave your comment below. We would love to hear from you.
Thank you for making it this far. If you like this video, you might want to share it with a like-minded friend. Thank you, and as always, stay blessed.